Hart here. I just want to let you know that the Pulsechain.com mainnet has launched, and PulseX.com on that mainnet has launched as well. I hope you guys are all enjoying it. We waited a couple years for this, and it's finally here.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token channel, of course Superman Crypto as well. We're streaming to almost 9,700 subscribers, so a big shout out to everybody. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, hit the bell for future videos. We're covering obviously Pulsechain's rollout, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So I think we're ending day 114 today, about to start day 115. So we're really moving. Actually, we're ending day 115. So we're almost up to day 116. How about that? So yeah, ending day 115 and about to start day 116 in the Pulsechain rollout, which is pretty amazing. Opportunities galore ahead of us in Pulsechain. Really is going to be a lot of fun. Dollar cost averaging, that's where we're in. We're in the accumulation zone. Typically maybe even 6 to 12 months accumulating volume. And a lot of people I know are doing that and are loving it. We had someone in the other day say they sacrificed and they did something like, I think it was 150 million or 200 million pulse, and now they got over 1 billion pulse. So it just shows you some of the opportunity that you can get, right, is DCA for the win. And yeah, exciting times ahead, I'm sure. We get the burn. We got a faster burn on Pulsechain. We've also got faster, we got the buy and burn on PulseX. It really is a great place to be with superior tokenomics and superior chain. 17% faster than Ethereum, and of course, super, super cheap. I've had people recently say they've spent so much time on Pulsechain, when they go back to Ethereum, they get a shock. They get shocked the fact they have to pay a lunch money to go and do just send money somewhere or do a token approval or something like that. So pretty crazy place. We got Charity in the house there, a member for 7 months. Woohoo! Nice one, Charity. And I appreciate the support very, very much so. And always a pleasure to see Charity in the house. Very, very cool. We've got 4 little party peoples there too. Looking really, really good. So thanks very much, Charity. Who else has we got in the house? We got a few people here. We're going to have a bit more of a chatty chat today. We're going to be talking about Coast later on. Coast is kind of the main thing when we talk about. Coast is the fiat on-ramp, off-ramp to Pulsechain, so it's a pretty important deal. And as we know, Richard Hart always talked about a fiat on-ramp being part of the vertical integration, part of the Holy Grail, and Coast team has been serving that utility very well indeed. We've got Lies Beneath the Truth in the house there. How are you today? Very good. It's still a little bit messy outside, but I'm still going to go for my walk. And I think it's walk number, I think I was ahead of myself. I think I said I was going to do walk number 42, but I think I was a day behind. Let me have a quickly check while we're on it, talking about walking. Now, walking, obviously, being health and fitness, obviously enjoying crypto, being healthy and fitness, fit to do that. So it's really important. And of course, Sandy Beach is crushing it out there with the health and fitness updates on Twitter. So if you're not following Sandy Beach, follow Sandy, and I'm sure she'll be in the chat there somewhere if she wants to post to her Twitter handle. That'd be really cool, or Twitter X, or X as they now call it. So let me just see what day I am on. I'm just pulling out the spreadsheet. That's right, I'm tracking it every day to see where I'm at to. Let's have a look at what day I am on. Okay, so I did do day 42 yesterday. So day 43 today. And the target is 300 days, which is about 10 months. You should be pretty fit and good by then. You've obviously also got to make diet changes, make sure that that goes together hand in hand. And, of course, get plenty of sleep, sleep well. Those 3 things are key, right? Do some exercise, have a good healthy food plan. And also sleep well, gets good sleep. All right, we got the Ultimate Strategy Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLSX incentive for the 100%. Richard Hart's golden crypto, we love it. And of course, Humberto as well. Yo, cheers, Superman, and RH from the Dominican Republic. Good to see Humberto in the house. Yeah, we got Sandy Beach in the house there. Says it's Labor Day. I guess it's in the United States, so happy Labor Day to you in the United States there. We got Brennan as well. Morning, Superman and family. I'm 1 day older today. That is true, Brennan. You're very clever with that. Who would know that Brennan is so good on that stuff? I better hold back. Archie's in the house there as well. Hi, all. Back after a 4-day hiatus. I know, Archie, we've missed you there, and it's good to see you back in the chat. Archie crushing it as always and having a good rest. Having a good rest from crypto is also a good idea. So nice one there, Archie. We got Genuine in the house there. Hello, everybody. Beautiful spring day, says Genuine. Enjoy your spring day. And happy birthday, Brennan's from Sandy Beach. Happy birthday. That's pretty funny. We're going to have a whole week birthday just like we had for Brian. I don't know. We might find out. Adam says, making beef stroganoff for everybody. Nice. Beef stroganoff. What would you drink with that? A glass of water? I don't know. Let me know. We got Space Diamond in the house there. So friends, good to see Hex Space Diamond. If you haven't checked out, of course, the Hex Space Diamond's NFT collections. I think they've got 2 or 3 on the issue or about to be issued. So check out Hex Space Diamond. We covered it briefly the other day. Definitely DCA for the win. Wookie's in the house there. Just landed in time, says Wookie. Nice to see you, Wookie. And who else we got here? I think we got Brian. Good to see Brian in the house. Now, Brian's got to get your referral code out later on. We talk about Coast. Brian is at number 3 in the 3rd spot and getting so close to number 2 on the leaderboard for referrals for a Coast Fiat on-ramp. So pretty exciting there, Brian. Pulse Bezos in the house. Good evening, buddies. Good to see you, Pulse Bezos. Who else has jumped in here? We've got quite a few. Yeah, there's Sandy Beach's Twitter handle or X handle. It's hard to say. X is, even though it's nice and short and it's pretty cool, it's kind of, you got to get used to saying after saying Twitter for so long. SJ has inspired me to get back to fasting. That's SJ Wild. I'm on a 48-hour fast right now, says Sandy Beach. Nice one. And Brendan's in the house as well. I'm not joking, Super, says Brendan. I see. We got Hex Enthusiast as well, watching Superman with my boy Calvin in the ute. Hey, nice one. Hey, Calvin, good to see you. Hope you have a good day with your dad. And who else there? We've got, I think that's it. So let's jump into it, folks. Let's get into the crypto news. And of course, it is Monday in the United States, Monday afternoon, evening. It is Tuesday here in Down Under in New Zealand. It is the 5th of September, of course, Tuesday, 11:43 a.m. in the morning, so almost midday. And as you guys know, after the live stream, I'll be going for my walk. So let's pick up, let's change some spots here. Shall we change that? Let's do that. Let's get our banner up and running. Can't have no banner. And of course, let's share the screen. Let's do the screen share. Bam, there we go. So that's the market at the moment. We're at 25,800 on Bitcoin. That is down 0.6%. And we've got Ethereum there at 1627 at down 0.5%. BNB on the other hand is up slightly, 0.3%, $215, and XRP is up 0.5% at 50 cents, almost 51 cents there on XRP. Looking at ADA is up a little bit, just a tad, 0.1% at 25 cents. And we've got Tron there up 0.6% at 7.7 cents. Now, I used to spend a lot of time on Tron doing a lot of crazy dApps over there, but that era of crypto has finished for me in terms of Tron. We got 55 cents there on Matic, up 1.75% as well. That's where you earn your stripes. You earn your stripes when you get onto these chains and you spend time on some of the protocols, and you earn your stripes, isn't that way? So let me know in the chat there. Write the word stripe if you've earned your stripes on some of these chains doing like ROI games and other things that are over there, because it's always about gaining that experience. All right, let's move on. That is crypto pretty much moving sideways, still in bearish conditions. So nothing to see here quite yet. That leads us into Pulsechain. We've got Pulsechain at the moment, quadruple 0371, so 37% of the sacrifice price. And the price is down 4.4% on the 24-hour basis. Really trying to hold on to that 3,800 to 4,000 mark. We have drifted slightly below that now, which is a bit of a shame. Let's have a look at the chart. I didn't prepare these charts beforehand, unfortunately, as you can see. But that is the chart today. So we broke down a little bit there, holding the line. We really don't want to get much further down than where we are at the moment at 3,700. So just that's kind of where we're at the bottom of the Bollinger Band on the daily. All right, let us jump over to Pulsex. Pulsex at the moment, quadruple 01. And of course, in the words of KDP, who keeps selling down Pulsex? There we are. So obviously we're below the biggest whale price, right? Which was probably, if I remember rightly, about quadruple 02 or something like that. And we're below even the biggest whales prices. Also, essentially people, anybody selling down here will sell at a loss. So for sure, like it's pretty much everyone's out of the money. Now, the other thing, of course, is that markets will go below cost, right? Markets will do that. So that's something, if you want to learn a lesson about markets and you go, oh, they won't go down below cost. They will go down below cost. So just remember that. People just think about claiming some money or this or that. And of course, we have bots and we have other traders in there, speculators trading all the time as well. So they're definitely in the game. And some of them may have picked up a slightly lower in terms of being able to sell it down. Now, whether that was them or not is another question. But of course, people do sell down below cost. So just the way it goes. And yeah, I don't know if we've had, we have had the jump. So it looks like we've got the buy and burn has been updated on the old gopulse.com, which is fantastic. And 392.8 billion PulseX has now been burned. So we're very close to 400 billion. So if you're an influencer out there like Sandy B or Archie or somebody, that when we hit that 400 billion mark, you definitely want to spread the word on that. That is slowly sneaking up. Imagine someone sneaking up on you, about to give you a fright. That is a bit like that. Because 1.89% has now been bought and burned, not just burned, bought and burned. So very exciting to see that. That's going to play out later down the track as the public supply gets scarcer and scarcer, and we assume that the OA supply just sits there, right? So that's kind of a fixed, inactive supply, and therefore we're only here about the public supply. And at the moment, 393 billion has been burned. 1.89%, which is pretty spectacular. That's going to head up towards 2%. Can you believe it? 2%. So excited about that. And we haven't even got all our big protocols launched yet. So that's all coming up probably in the weeks ahead. As we get that fetch oracle, that's going to be the door that opens up the welcoming to all the protocols that are going to come into the house. So how about that? Is that a cool analogy? I don't know. But anyway, that is where we're up there at the moment. We've got PulseX at the moment, obviously under more pressure. It's definitely testing the lows. The low so far was back on the 27th, and we got down to 5 zeros. Can you believe it? 50949. 50949. And today we have got down to 509,669. So not quite as low, but man, it was very, very close. And so there we are, broken down a quadruple 01001. And as KDP says, who is selling? Who is selling down here? Well, rep plebs. And what does that mean? It means that if you've got some dry powder, you're DCAing, you're going to pick up a whole ton more PulseX at the moment. As we can see that the buy and burn is just slowly ticking away there, looking really nice, leading into a bull market. That's going to really play a big impact there. So looking good. Remember that over on Ethereum, they don't have this sort of mechanism for Uniswap, right? So it's going to be really, really powerful on the old on PulseX. So it's going to be really cool. What else we got here? We've got, hey, we should be launching, or at least Richard Hart, somebody should be launching PulseX over on Ethereum, right? We're going to eat some of their lunch, right? We want to eat Uniswap lunch. And of course, we have got protocols that will be launching on Pulsechain that will be launching on Ethereum. And we want to eat more of Ethereum's lunch, right? These gatekeepers like Uniswap, MetaMask, Matcha, these guys like this, then they call themselves DeFi. Did you see Binance CZ talking about DeFi is going to take over CeFi? Well, we know that. We're going to be leading the way on Pulsechain. Pulsechain is the people's chain. And we're going to be talking about the Coast CST stable too. That is the people's stable coin. And of course, we're going to have 3 of them actually. We're going to have three people's stable coins, but it's going to be really, really cool. All right, so that is pretty amazing. Now, when the big protocols come in, like Liquid Loans and Power City, with their Liquidity forks, they're going to be having their own stable coins based on Pulse. So we're going to have a new feature. Basically, you're adding a new feature to Pulse, and that is going to be able to collateralize it and then make a stable coin out of it. So this is how you derive internal value. You create it within the system. And of course, people will be able to put their Pulse on Liquid Loans and then issue themselves some USDL stablecoin. And that's going to be exciting. They're also going to have incentive pools for the liquidity as well, like the loan token. They've got an allocation for that. So that is going to be really exciting to see that play out as well. And of course, you'll be able to get these stable coins tied into CST, the Coast stablecoin, with a fiat off ramp. And so it's beautiful, right? Got a perfect link up. Also, PulseX through Liquid Loans, Power City's Earn protocol. They're going to have PXDC. It's going to be the stable coin. And of course, they're going to be collateralizing PulseX. So we've got more features, more utility being added to Pulsechain and Pulse. And that's probably only within 3 or 4 weeks away. Is definitely a good target there. As soon as we get that the fetch oracle, which a lot of protocols are waiting for, they need reliable price calls. We saw PHEX the other day. We saw when I think it was CoinGecko, which they seem to be linking into their prices. When that went down, they were not able to show a lot of prices. So that is a real issue. And so we need a reliable price call fetch oracle, and that's coming from Liquid Loans. So it's very important. I think people can see how important that infrastructure is now. So we're looking forward to that coming up very, very soon. Now, last update we had on that, of course, was final audits. For that, we'd already had Liquid Loans that got its full audit. So we're waiting for the Fetch Oracle, and so that's going to be launching too. And the cool thing about Fetch Oracle is not only is it going to give a utility for all the protocols that we want to come and land on Pulsechain, but we'll also open up the door for revenue itself. You can become an Oracle reporter for Fetch, and we know that one of the Pulsechain devs, Gamma, has been doing a lot of education around that, so that's exciting too. All right, so that's kind of the lowdown on Pulsex. We've got incentive token at the moment at $1.07. That is down 6.48%. And of course, the ratio is at 28,933, which is not too bad, actually. It's definitely slowed down from the looks of it on the ratio. Let's have a look at the price. The price is down quite a bit today. We had a high of $1.15. We're at a low of $1.04, and we're currently at $1.07. So that is the dollar price. But let's look at the ratio. The ratio is down from 29,665 to 28,932, but we have had a low of 28,700, so slightly lower than that. But that is the slowly shedding at the moment. Maybe single-sided staking if it does pop up on the old Pulsex, as Richard talked about some time ago about experimental single-sided staking pools. Then maybe that will give it a resurgence. So we'll be looking out for that, and maybe any other third-party protocol, any other game plan that Richard had up his sleeve. So obviously we've seen many videos of Richard talking about his game plans, and there's quite a few options open on the table for him to do that. Let us get into PHEX. PHEX at the moment 00774. Now PHEX has obviously been the stronger out of the group of Richard Hart Gold and crypto. At the moment, obviously PHEX is just dropping a little bit in its strength, 00774. So we're holding on to the 1/8 to 10th of a penny, definitely dropped from there. And we had EHEX at a 0038, which is pretty much the same. So that hasn't really dropped. One PHEX at the moment will get you 2.02 EHEX, and one PHEX will get you 208 Pulse at the moment. And that's dropped down quite dramatically because that was up at about 250, if I remember rightly. So that ratio has dropped down quite a bit. So the price of a PHEX is down 7.8%, at 7.9%, I guess, if you're rounding. And the combined price of EHEX and PHEX is at 1.16 cents. So that's kind of the Pulsechain market update around those prices. Let's have a quick look at the charts, though. We can see that PHEX is down today. We had a high of 8400th of a penny, so it's actually well above 0.8 of a penny, and a low of 7400. So there we are. And we've got the price at 00774 at the moment, sitting right above the 50% mark on the Bollinger Bands. So that's the top line. That top blue line is the top 95% range. The bottom blue line is the bottom 5% price range. And of course, we have got the orange line, which is the 50% marker. We're just above that at the moment. So we can also see the Bollinger Bands is just slowly starting to get close up. It's still got quite a way to go, but that's definitely, we've had very wide bands, obviously from the SEC event back on 31st of July. And of course, we had the highest of stakes as well, gave us a bit of a rebound there too. And we had a quasi V recovery, but that failed. And down we came all the way down to the bottom here. We got down to 005495 at that time. So is that the right price? Yeah. 0054. So there we are at the moment at 0077 at the moment. And EHEX at the moment is sitting at a lot more stable, actually. Look at that. Look at that formation there over the last 5 days at 0038. So that has been relatively stable. A bit more volatility here in the PHEX, but we had a bigger rise, right? We had a big, nice rally in PHEX for 5 days. That was pretty nice, and everyone enjoyed that. The combined price of EHEX and PHEX on the investx.io, we can see on the 15-minute candles is sitting at 1.15 cents at the moment. So we're still holding over 1 cent combined, but it would have been nice to power up. We're going to have to just wait a bit more, a bit longer for that move to the upside. So that's pretty much it on the markets. A quick look at the validators. We had a few exit. Yeah, we've got 39,178 validators at the moment. So we've had probably just under 400 exit from my remembrance. Maybe around that 400 mark is exited. So we're sitting at 1.25 trillion is currently staked and off the market. And as I said earlier about the Liquid Loans fork of Liquidity coming up, If that gets a whole ton of pulse off the market too, then all that pulse is off the market. So remember, the estimated amount is 15 trillion. So that's a pretty decent amount coming off. And if liquid loans are super successful, we get lots of potentially trillions, a trillion on there or something. Who knows? But if we get a pretty good amount off there, that's in addition to this, which is pretty exciting. And don't forget, we've also got the EIP 1559 burn as well, just ticking away with every single block. So that is burning as well. And that has lower inflation and better deflation than Ethereum. So that's just ticking away. Looking at gas prices, we've got the beats at the moment, 544,000 beats. We've got 0.6 of a penny for a Pulsechain swap at the moment. We've got 400th of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer. That's like a dream come true. That's 11 Pulse at the moment. And then we've got 1/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer as well. So we're 805 times cheaper than Ethereum at the moment and 1,000 times cheaper than Bitcoin. But of course, if we get a bull market at some stage, or at least a mini bull market on Ethereum, maybe when proto-dank sharding comes out or something like that, we could see this rocket into the multiple thousands, maybe even 5 digits. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens there. But that is pretty amazing. Super fast, super cheap on Pulsechain, the people's chain. And of course, leading the DeFi charge is the old Pulsechain. And we're waiting for the big round of protocols to launch. So onwards and upwards for us. We're going to get into the rest of the categories, of course. Let's catch up in the chat there first. Before we get into our other categories of crypto, we're going to be talking about top PRC20 discoveries, price discoveries. We're going to talk about meme coins, and we're talking about Pulsechain projects, which is really the main one we're going to talk about today. So let's see who else has jumped in the chat here. Got quite a few comments to go through. Definitely got up to that. Got up to Calvin in the Ute with Hex Enthusiast. Wookie says, cool kids drop-in center. Yeah. Brian's in house there says, thanks, boss. Get your free weight here. Yeah, so we're going to talk about Coast in a minute, so we'll come back to that. But if you want to do directly get your fiat onto Pulsechain and you're in one of the eligible countries, then definitely use Brian's referral lead. You're going to get 5,000 weight tokens bonus once you convert your fiat into CST stables. And of course, Brian will get 5,000 too. But probably more importantly is that we're trying to get Brian to number 2 spot. And of course, that is like yesterday or the day before, I think he needed 6 more referrals. And I think he has to get to like 17 or something, maybe 18. I think it's 18 to take number 2 spot. And that would be pretty cool. Oh, Brian says 3 more tied for second place. 3 more for tied with second place. And there's only 3 more. How about that? That's getting really close, is Brian. Now, number 1 is Crypto Copy, of course, the biggest influencer in the Pulsechain Hex community. So we're not expecting to get anywhere near that. But hey, look, getting to number 2 spot is a pretty cool cool thing to do. But hey, you guys get 5,000 weight tokens, so it's a win-win there. And the team has to buy the weight tokens off the market, so it helps push the price up too. It's kind of a cool thing like that. Genuine says stake.com hacked for 40 million on Watcher Guru. Yep, that's true. Hack.com was hacked for 40 million. Pretty sad, to be honest. Online crypto casino. Yeah. Pretty shocking, to be honest. That's a lot of money for a crypto casino, especially the online one. Join the Discord here. Yep, that's the link for the Discord. If you haven't joined, definitely join it. We've got amazing community in there, and it really is. We have tried to make it a free place for people to associate with. Now, we are going to do something around spammers and stuff like that. We have been pretty good at keeping spammers out, but we might be looking at some changes in the Discord. I'm going to talk with Brian, the community leader, and about that, and maybe KD if he's in the house. What else we got there? We got Christian. This is why people got to watch with gambling. Yeah, well, that's not their fault that it got hacked, but definitely is not cool. Like it up, folks, is Brian. Absolutely. Let's jump through all those. We've got Blair in the house as well. Hi, Superman. Good to see you, Blair. And yes, happy birthday to Brennan. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Brennan. Woohoo! I mark everybody's birthday in my calendar as long as you tell me, says Sandy Beach. Nice one. No worries, Archie. I remembered you were away and that he was referring to you in the Telegram. Thanks for the best wishes, mate, says Brennan. What else there? We got Charity says all the charts look rough. Ivan says morning all. Good to see you, Ivan. Welcome to the chat. We got Francis Powell in the wall. Hello all. Good to see you, Francis. Who else has jumped in here? Christian says, just scooped up a nice bag of PLX. Oh, yeah, that's how you rock and roll. This guy knows, Christian knows what he's doing. What's up, kids? Good to see MVS. And happy birthday, Brian. Happy birthday. Yeah, Brian's birthday was the other day. And, of course, we got Brennan's birthday today, apparently. Love some CST, says Francis. Yeah, CST is doing very well. We're going to talk about that in full. When Pulse pumps, are we all going to the Caribbean? Some of you might be going to the Caribbean. Some of you might be. We've got Pumpkin Owl, man. Good to see Pumpkin Owl. Come on, let's be real. Nobody beats Hex Token, aka Superman. As far as influencers go, nobody has the dedications. Sorry, Crypto Coffee, but Hex Token has eaten your lunch for a long time now. I appreciate that, Pumpkin Owl. Yeah, hey, look, there's a lot of great influencers out there, obviously, in our space, but it's always nice to get some special attention. Thanks very much, Pumpkin Owl. All right, let's get into it. Let us go back into this format, and let's get into the top PRC 20s. Actually, we're in the wrong group there. Let's go to the top PRC 20s here. We're going to do it by liquidity, though, because it's, just makes more sense. So liquidity there, the top performer is Maker. It's got 65K liquidity, up 63%. Wow. That's Maker. That's the fork copy, of course, of Maker. Look at that pump. That's just pump there on the daily. That pumped out of nowhere. Look at that little volume come in there and pump the heck out of that. Went from $2 pretty much down to $3.35. So a nice little random pump there for the old Maker. That's kind of cool. What else is doing well out of these? Link is doing out 21K liquidity, up 8%. That is, what's that doing there? Up 1.3 cents there. Sorry, it's at 1.3 cents, up 8.3% on the old Link. And look at this standout, 18K liquidity. Lido has pumped 137%. And let's have a look at that. Look at that. Wow. Let's have a look at the daily because it's a little bit misleading, but that is the pump there. Look at that weird little looking candle chart here. Look at that pump down, pump down, pump down. You got to be careful buying in here if you see these little pumps and downwards against. Just remember that. Don't buy the top, right? Don't buy the top on these little speculative pumps here on the Lido copy. That's pretty much it amongst the bigger liquidity. Looking at by percentage, yeah, those two are the dominant ones. All those Lido, Maker, Link. Fetch did okay, up 24%, but liquidity is virtually nothing. So that's pretty much it. All right, let's go over to the memes. Have a look at the meme coins. And they're all down. All of them are down. Oh, my goodness. All of them are down. Now, that includes Pulse Dodge and Poor Pleb. They're both down, not much, but just a couple of percentage points. But they're the ones, of course, that we want to have when the 9-inch DEX comes out. When that launches, it's a $16 million sacrifice. Those are going to get one single-sided staking pool support and BBC token, which was the incentive token on those platforms. So those are the ones. Now, obviously not financial advice because it's speculation, but we're playing probability. And, of course, they'll get support, single-sided staking. They should do extremely well. So it's kind of the quiet before the storm. They have had little rallies recently. You can see the little rally there. That was about 10 days of rally. It's coming back now a little bit here, testing. And we're at 503,552 on Poor Pleb. There are bots on that, so you might want to use like Petius, which has MUV bot protection. It's becoming very popular, the old Petius there for that, and getting you, routing through most of the pools, getting you the best return as well. So if you use Pulsechain, you will see bots appear on that purchase, particularly for those ones. They seem to have botted all over the place. Now we got 0026 is on Pulse Dodge. That's down 2.66%. That's also had a rally a little bit later than Poor Pleb, but still had a rally back up here all the way from 0017 to 0027 cents. So, that's a 2700th of a cent at the moment as the Pulse Dodge. Actually, I think this is a better play because there's less holders. There's not many holders if you go check the contract. So it's kind of cool. Now, 9-inch DEX is going to be launching on Pulsechain and Ethereum. So it's going to have a dual launch, which will be fun too. We want to eat more of Ethereum lunch, right? Bring over the wealth over the Pulsechain. All right, that is pretty much it. Let's go look at let's have a look at the Pulsechain projects. I missed where did the ETH go? That's the third token, of course, for 9-inch, but we'll skip that one today. So look by liquidity, the best performer is TYRH today. So we talked about this yesterday about the fix-up plan that Jacob had for TYRH protocol. Unfortunately, there was an error in the code regarding early in staking. So Jacob and the team have had to sort of pause to fix that up. but at least they have a game plan and they can code it and get it done. So we're at 15.7% at the moment on that one. It's 216k liquidity, and it is sitting at a third of a penny, a 3/10 of a penny, not a third of a penny, 3/10 of a penny is at the moment. So it's had a nice little rally on that one. Now remember, this does have a 22% buy tax when you go buy it. Just remember that. So, but there's obviously less supply around at the moment. That is kind of the top performer. Everything else is pretty much red today. So the market's, not looking so hot today. But hey, look, always opportunities, right? In terms of buying and DCAing when the markets aren't looking so hot. There's not really too many standout performers at the moment. Seed is up there, so a little bit for the TRH ecosystem, but everything else is pretty much down. And of course, the top performer there, TRH weight token. We're going to talk about that. Coast, it's up 3% on one of the smaller pools, 8,700. So seed there is up 2%. So there's not much of a move there. What else are we going to say about that? I think that's it at the moment. Let's go have a look at quickly some of the Zen ones on the Pulsechain. They're all down too. So we've got Jack Coin, which was launched yesterday. This was based obviously on Jack Levin. This here is, it's just moving up and around about there. 706191 at the moment, down 5%. So we'll see where that hits. 1% of it's got a tax on those, 1% buy tax, sell tax, and that's going to burn PZen, which is on the old Pulsechain. That is actually down pretty dramatically today. At least on this particular pool, it is down. The Forever Down coin is down 18%, but not all is lost. I think this will be short-lived for a couple of weeks. And then, of course, they've got a lot of things happening in October with the 333 burn auction. So we'll be watching that, plus a few other protocols. So Phoenix will rise from the ashes. We'll be watching that. Now, launching on Pulsechain, of course, we're going to have DBZen launching on the 22nd of October. And we're also going to have the Zen game, which is kind of like, I think, like a new improved version with its own game features that's coming up too. And that's gone to audit. It's gone to audit. So Vision 2 has gone to audit. So those protocols coming on Pulsechain. We're going to have those two. And of course, the burn. So there's 3 major protocols from the Zen ecosystem coming onto Pulsechain. That's bullish for us. And no doubt we'll probably have 1 or 2 of the other smaller protocols launching as well. So October is looking pretty good in terms of Pulsechain with the Zen protocols jumping onto Pulsechain, which is probably going to be good timing around with the rest of our big protocols like Liquid Loans and Power City and things like that. So heating up is the old Pulsechain ecosystem. It's going to be cool. Everybody is welcome. And of course, they all burn fees on the Pulsechain, all burn fees on the Pulsex. So it adds more value and more users on Pulsechain. So it's a win all round. So looking forward to that. All right. That leads us into Coast, of course, coast to coast. We've got big news around Coast. Before we get into that, though, let's catch up in the chat there. And see who else has jumped in here as well. We got Pumpkin Owl, yes sir, says Brennan, yes sir. I think that was it. Oh, that was all the comments there were. I thought there were more comments, but that's fine. That's fine. Let's go back into the big update today. Coast, a fiat on-ramp and off-ramp to Pulsechain. And of course, we need 2 big things, right? If you don't have any fiat on-ramp, off-ramp, or if you don't have any cross-chain bridges, then you have closed systems, right? You have closed systems. The way you open up a blockchain, which is a closed system, is you have to have cross-chain bridges and you need to have fiat on-ramp, off-ramps. Those are the 2 forms of liquidity flows. And of course, we have got one of those from the Coast, the fiat on-ramp update. We have now launched users in the Netherlands. So obviously, we've got the title of the video there, Coast expands global offering and CST stablecoin liquidity growing. So on-ramp, off-ramp, and stablecoin, the first to arrive at Pulsechain. We've talked about it several times, but things are really ramping up at Coast, and it's exciting to see. Now, the community needs to get behind this because it's going to allow a lot of capital to flow directly into Pulsechain and build up. The stronger that this Coast gets, the stronger that Pulsechain gets. And they're targeting $50 to $100 million of initial on-ramp to Pulsechain. So it's a really, really cool thing. Now, if we look at the bridge at the moment, the bridge is indicating, based on the June report, that we've probably got around about $143 million that has net flowed over the official Pulsechain bridge to Pulsechain. So that's kind of where we are. So if we have another $50 to $100 million, that leads us in really, really well. Now, obviously, quite a few of those, quite a lot of stable coins are in the farm, Pulsex farm, and a lot of stable coins just sits on the sideline, just does nothing. unless people are wanting to buy something. So they may do risk management or something like that. So already greater than 100,000K in the new PHUX stablecoin swap pool. So obviously PHUX is the fork of Balancer, and that is from the PH Universe team, which is one of our PH Universe ecosystem. That's one of our 3 big ecosystem protocol groups, and looking really good. So CST and EUSD there, so Ethereum USD in the pool there, and you can see a little bit of a snapshot of this, which is kind of cool. Pool value 104K. And volume there, 6,500 volume, $3.23 fees, and the APR at the moment is 1.13%, which is not bad. It's stable coins after all. So there we are. That is the pool there. So looking good. We appreciate the support. Building with legacy system is incredibly complicated. What you built is truly amazing, says Andrew. Really appreciate the effort. So it's a really nice comment there as well. We've also had we are now live for users based in Mexico. So if you're in Mexico, you can use this as well. Now, whenever you're interacting with the fiat world, of course, there will be some form of KYC. Just remember, I know that we live in DeFi, but when we have a fiat on-ramp, off-ramp, there's no real way of getting around KYC, right? So the simpler form is best, of course. The less information you have to give is best. But sometimes some platforms have a lot of information they're required to, especially the EU, right? The EU is trying to box people into systems, so probably it won't get too much into that, but that's just depends on where you're going for KYC. JC says, I highly recommend using Coast for an on-ramping to the Pulsechain. Great customer service is great. And this is the other cool thing, is that the team offer customer service, which apparently is pretty good. People have been interacting with the Coast team and getting good service. After initial communication issue, they went above and beyond to fix my edge case account issue. So an edge case being something kind of not so common. My mistake, apparently. It was his mistake. Thank you to Stoics and team. Great work building and supporting Pulsechain, which is really, really cool. So really good tweet there. We got Estonia's live. We're now live for users based in Estonia. Let's grow together. So really, really exciting to see that. We're now live in Ireland as well, so that's kind of cool. We're live in Norway. So if you guys are in any of these countries, it is live for you guys. And of course, they added 23 different countries. So we've got 27 countries now open, and they're heading towards well over 150 countries. I think I remember 164 was their target. So that's, a big part of the world. What's that, 85% of the countries, something like that in the world. So it's going to be fully global by the time they finish. They've got some cool stuff there as well. Fiat on-ramp. Remember, to mint CST, you first need to deposit USD in your digital bank account. So there is no middle person. You are really interacting with your own bank account from all accounts. So from there, you can on-ramp directly to Pulsechain. Read the thread below and show some of the options for depositing cash. So you've got your user digital account, you've got a CST collateral account, and user Pulsechain address. So it's all about you, really. So you got Coast is not involved in the transfer of funds and things like that. You really are doing the work, which is pretty cool. They've got different options, of course. You can see here, wire transfers, ACH for the United States only. Ethereum stable, of course, they added that recently, being able to use stable coins from Ethereum to get CST as well. So another bridge over the Pulsechain really is the way you can think about it, like the official bridge, but having that, which is a big deal after we lost OKX exchange. So that's kind of cool. Right. So that's kind of neat there. What else we got going? We've got Poland. Poland has been added, so expanding to Poland, which is pretty cool. And of course, in Poland, we already have a big, the number one Poland exchange already supports Pulsechain. Probably our biggest centralized exchange, which is Kanga Exchange. And so that also has ATMs, cash ATMs as well across Europe. I guess you can cash out via Pulsechain to that. I don't know if anyone's ever talked about doing that, but if you're in Poland, you've actually done that, let us know in the chat there. That'd be pretty cool. So using a card there to change from Pulse to that would be pretty interesting. All right, France is live, of course. The French, and of course, hopefully that is adding to the freedom in France as well. Adding to freedom. Coast, of course, excellent order execution CST to Pulse via the DEX aggregator, Petias on Pulsechain. Now they've incorporated. This is one of the other features. And not only did they add more countries, they added more payment methods, but they also added the swap feature to be able to swap directly into Pulse on the platform, which is pretty cool. And of course, you can also use the Ethereum stablecoins as well, which is kind of neat as well. So really big feature adds additions to Coast. And this is showing example of 1,000 Coast and 26 million Pulse there, about $1,000. So that's pretty cool on the old router. And they're using Petius aggregator, which we've covered a lot on this channel as well. So it's pretty cool. Finland is now live. So you can, if you're in Finland, you can now use the Coast on-ramp as well. And then PHUX. So PHUX, obviously the fork with Balancer, they've been showing big support to a lot of the top teams coming to Pulsechain. And of course, the CST stable pool is already at 200K and growing. This is 11 hours ago. Looking forward to having more stable pools when Liquid Loans and PowerCity launch theirs. And that's going to be the big deal. We're going to have big, luscious, thick, nice, juicy stable pools. This is so important for DeFi. We know stable coins are a big part of the DeFi value. They help value the chain as well, and they help to get leverage in play. Really are super, super good. And of course, also used for risk management. So there's multiple uses there for stablecoins. And Liquid Loans and PowerCity, of course, are going to make internal ones and collateralize Pulse and PulseX with the USDL and Pulse PXDC. So a really big deal there. Can't say enough about that. That's going to be really, really fun to watch that. And the cool thing is that they're going to have incentives for their pools as well to get them really kicking and get them big, nice, and fat and juicy. I'm allowed to say that fat and juicy? Is that hashtag family channel? I don't know, but that is kind of cool. We got CST is literally the people's stablecoin on Pulsechain. And as you guys know, I really feel that Pulsechain is the people's chain and CST is the people's stablecoin. And obviously, we're going to have USDL and PXDC stables as well. 3 of the best stable coins, and of course, 2 out of the 4 best models for stable coins are what we're going to have Pulsechain. So we've got the best quality of everything on Pulsechain. That's the key, having quality models of value. Excellent order execution CST to Hex via Dex aggregate on Petius. So not only can you do Pulse, but you can also do Hex as well. Looking pretty good there. Look at that. So the pegging is getting really well with the CST. So it's improved the pegging with the bigger liquidity. Denmark is live, of course, for Coast. So Denmark, if you're in Denmark, that is live. And the PHUX here making another comment here. So we're showing real big support for Coast team. Lots of people talking about pegging, but they have the wrong coin. CST is starting to maintain a tight peg with a growing stable swap pool on PHUX, now over 300K in size. So just getting bigger all the time. And of course, come and support the Pulsechain's first functional native stablecoin and help us onboard the next whale. That is true because the bigger liquidity gets, the more whale interaction you'll get as well. So looking forward to that. So looking good. What else we got there? CST liquidity deepening, slippage on 2K, a swap on USDC now less than $1. So obviously the slippage will depend on the value that you're trying to switch around, but that is kind of cool. Look at that. That is neat on there. So a very, very small slippage, $2,105, $2,104. So looking really, really good there with the slippage there. PHUX stable pool on Pulsechain makes it possible. Now, PHUX is a fork of Balancer, and as you guys know, that Balancer compared to Uniswap V2 or PulseX has a better mathematics for stablecoin swapping, right? So it's closer to a 1-to-1, basically, is how the math works there. If you have like a curve, I'm not going to do it. If you have like a curve, that's like PulseX Uniswap. But if you have like a flatter curve, that's like what's happening with the stablecoin in the Balancer fork, which is what PHUX is there as well. So it's really, really cool. So that is a really cool thing happening. So bigger liquidity, less slippage, allowing bigger players to participate really is getting good there. And of course, that was the official update that they had the other day, which we've gone through already. So really, really, really awesome. They got 18,000 followers now on Twitter, which is pretty cool. And of course, they're also on Telegram as well. So I'm going to leave, actually, we'll use Brian's list there. But I'm going to leave their Twitter account if you want to follow them and tweet out some of those things, because it really does important to spread the word there. So cool. And Brian, if you want to post your referral code to Coast, if you want a fiat on ramp, definitely use Brian's referral there. Get him to number 2. He's only 3 away. So it's a win-win. Win-win for you, win-win for Brian. And it really is exciting there. Can't understate the value of Coast, fiat on-ramp, off-ramp, and stablecoin, right? Cannot understate the value. And the community helps make it successful, right? So It really is a win-win for everybody when we get this volume. And like I say, they're wanting to target 50 million on ramping directly to Pulsechain. And of course, we're also, in addition to Coast, we'll also have the cross-chain bridge, right? So hopefully we'll have more of those in the future where people can go from chain to chain to chain, and we'll get solutions for that. So I'm sure the teams are working on that after the OKX withdrawal of Pulse, and we'll get there sooner than later. So still early days. Day 115 has finished. Hey, we've got Craig Pitt in the house there. Morning, Superman. Good to see you, Craig. We've got Pudding Guru as well. Hey, gang. Good to see you, Pudding Guru. Hashtag fan of the channel, says Brennan. Absolutely. And Hex and SB. Hi, all listening in while driving this weekend. Nice one, Hex and SB. Safe driving, and I hope you have a great weekend. What else we got going on there? We got Brian in the house as well. Wrench time. Yeah, probably wrench time there. Probably wrench time. And what else we got? We got the link to tweet the Coast there. So if you want to follow that, that's really cool. And obviously there is Brian's referral code. So basically you just have to sign up. There's a basic KYC on there. I don't think it's too odious. And yeah, you can see whether you're eligible. There's 27 countries eligible now. They're going to head towards over 150. And of course, you get 5,000 weight tokens on your first payment. So if you bridge in some stable, some fiat, turn it into CST stable. And of course, remember that's always redeemable back for a CST is always redeemable back for $1. So remember that. And yeah, you get 5,000 weight tokens, which is pretty neat as well. All right, that is that. So if you're on Superman Crypto or yeah, oh, it looks like Brian's giving out some memberships. So we've got 5 Hex Token memberships up for grabs. Tintop got one. Tony Chan got one. Hey Tony, welcome to the chat there. Check My Pulse got one. Dark Matter got one. Hey, John Williams is in there as well. And we've got Marco Valley as well. So well done to all 5 of you. And a big shout out to Brian for shouting out those 5 Hex Token memberships. I really do appreciate the support. And welcome. Now, if you want to become a member of Hex Token or Superman Crypto, hit the join button. Now, on Hex Token, there's 3 different memberships. There's Pulsechains, there's Hexkins, and the Richard Hart Club. So there's those 3 memberships. On Superman Crypto, there is also some memberships there. I forgot what they're called, but they're on there. I've got to rename them actually, but I'll get around to that. So if you want to join on Superman Crypto and support the channel as well, we are live streaming every single day, and it's just a nice way of supporting the channel, and it's not too onerous either. Is that the right word, onerous? All right, so kind of cool. All right, let's get back into it. That is Coast and a full update there. So nice one. We got the how are we doing for time? 12:23. So I think we got the Hex daily stats out. 13. So we actually missed yesterday's data, right? 1372, but we do have it in today. So yesterday's payout, which we didn't talk about on Ethereum, was 6.6. So hex.com, folks, check it out in the video description. We got the payout 6.6 hex per T share there at the moment, and the share rate went up 21.7 to 29,000. That was yesterday. But let's get into today's result for Hex on Pulsechain. We got day 115, and of course, this is day 1372 for Ethereum. The day is the 4th of September. Can't you believe it so quickly? We just got to September. We're already sort of moving into it pretty fast. And the price is down 7.7%. We're sitting at 0.0776 today. The payout per T-share, 6.77 hex per T-share. The share rate is 0. We're at 29,186 at the moment on the share rate. The average mining length is 7 years. So the average person that's mining at the moment is in there for 7 years. The APY for the all the T-shares that are existing, basically for the ownership pool, is 39.41% today. The amount of T-shares, or trillions of shares as we call it, in the ownership pool for Pulsechain, for Hex on Pulsechain, is 5,000. It's up 5,141. So we've got 9,861,000 T-shares in the ownership pool for Hex at the moment. Let's jump over to the percentage of coins locked. 9.5% of all Hex is locked on the Pulsechain side. We had massive penalties today, actually 4 million, can you believe, 4 million. And we had quite a few days, low days. 4 million is a pretty big day there. And the reward pool, remember T-shares are the ownership pool. Well, the payout pool is the reward pool, and it's got 66.8 million inks in there being distributed to all those that have T-shares. So congratulations to you. You get to share that pool. Nice one. And juicy penalties as well. 50% go to the OA and 50% go to the T-share owners. Change in current holders, we're up 19 on the liquid holders of Hex, and we're up 39 miners on Hex as well. So that doesn't look like, that looks to be doing pretty well, the old Hex there. We're up 19 liquid holders and 39 miners. That looks pretty good to me. And we're up 124,057 current miners. So it's pretty cool. We are in a bear market, of course, so it's a good time to accumulate T-shares and also accumulate Hex, right, at these prices. So onwards and upwards. Once the Hex price, it goes back up in a bull market, then it's going to be pretty hard, pretty expensive to get T-shares. Just saying, not financial advice. Do your own due diligence. Hex.com, check it out, folks. We haven't got the ETH side out, so Hex on ETH is not out, so that's probably delayed. But we'll probably cover that tomorrow briefly. They seem to be delayed the last couple of days. So we're on day now 1373 for Hex on Ethereum, and we're on day 116. Can you believe it, from Pulsechain? Hex on Pulsechain. So you can buy Hex on Ethereum or Pulsechain, burn it and swap it for T-shares, and then start mining Hex and get your principal and your rewards back at the end of your mining period. So it's kind of cool. You can also do what they call a mining ladder, and that means you can make multiple mining, get multiple T-shares over different time frames, and it's cool, like a passive income like that. And I prefer that strategy. Obviously, you earn the most by a longer pays better. Going the longer you mine for, the more you get, and it's quite dramatic, particularly if you go out 15 years. That's kind of the play. All right, Hex is a multi-generational product, and it's kind of cool like that. All right, so that is the end results there. Let's get back into some of the prices here. Let's go back to Pulsechain. Pulsechain at the moment is at quadruple 03726 at the moment. That is where Pulse is, so we'll leave it there. We're 51 minutes in the live stream. Not too bad today. I expected the last couple of days the show to be a little bit shorter because we're just waiting for a lot of the big protocols to launch. Brian says 5 lurkers today got the gifts, says Brian. Yeah. Brian's announced it. Woo! A good one, Brian. Once again, happy birthday to Brennan out there, one of our awesome moderators. So a big shout out, and our TI specialist. All right, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's show. 52 minutes. This is my shortest live stream for a while. I'm going to play a few videos on the way out around the highest stakes, and I hope we'll catch you guys all again tomorrow. I will be in Discord, so if you haven't joined our Discord, join our Discord. It is a really great place. It's the community place, right? So people really make it alive. It's not about me, for example. It's not about someone else. It's really about you guys. And we talk about Pulsechain. We talk about strategy. We're talking about opportunities. We have Intel comes in really early, giving people the advantages. You get the inside advantage by having people post Intel straight out of the way. You can get in on early on opportunities. We also talk about non-crypto stuff, about events that are happening, and just people's everyday lives. So it's a really cool place to be. So I do encourage you to get in there as well and join the Discord. That is the link as well. And of course, there will be an after show there as well. I think Brian might be in the house there. He's one of our 2 community leaders, and the after show in Discord. So definitely join up for that if you want a good place. Now, we do also have a Pulsechain helpline in there as well. So if you have any questions around Pulsechain, you can get in there, and crypto generally. Some of the moderators will help you out there. And I don't think there's anybody else out there that's going to do that. Most crypto places, you don't get the sort of help. So it's a good place to be. Right. What else? I think we're going to end it. Let's post a few videos. Let's go. Which was the first one I'm going to start off with here. All right, not that one. Where am I going? I'm going back up here. There we go. We'll start with that one. All right, enjoy. Peace out, everybody. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. See you in Discord, and catch you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place, same Superman channel. And bye for now. Take care.
Richard Art here, welcoming you to the highest of stakes premiere. I really hope that you guys are going to enjoy it. These guys put blood, sweat, and tears for years into this project. Wasn't my idea. Didn't have anything to do with the production. Didn't have anything to do with anything. I was just in a bunch of scenes. Yay. I'm a movie star. No, I'm a clown. The me that you see in this film died, so enjoy it. Humble me is what exists now. What I wished that everyone would get is that there's only a few things in this world that can really change man's relationship with government, man's relationship with money, man's relationship with his time. Right now, we've got the highest inflation we've had since I've been alive, and that's 43 years now. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. And we've got banks collapsing, and we've got bailouts, and all of the things that people predicted would come true that are the reason that cryptocurrency was invented are happening. You know, there's certain countries that you may not have been to that this is life or death for them. You know, high inflation countries where their money is worth, you know, half as much at the end of the next year as it is this year. You got to get your money out of those currencies. And the dollar is not one of those currencies yet, but historically, about every 50 years, fiat currencies fail. Like it's very hard to have a fiat currency backed by nothing that lasts longer than 50 years, it seems. And, well, dollar's been around for a while. So I hope you guys enjoyed the movie. You know, I feel that it's wildly important for you to understand that the future really is digital. It really is cryptocurrency. And if you can get around the gatekeepers, if you can get the word out, if you can get people to learn about something that could really change the future, everyone gets rich together. When you get rid of all the middlemen and you get rid of all the waste and you get rid of all the inefficiency, that value, it goes somewhere. And it goes to the people that deserve it, the people that believed. Enjoy the film, everybody.
Is Richard Hart. Genius.
Legendary.
Arrogant, bit of a narcissist.
The benevolent king.
$250,000. Hate me. I'm farther than you'll ever be in your whole life.
Whatever the governments have been doing, it's not worked out. You've never had worse interest rates. Your money has never been worth less. And the only thing that's making it better is cryptocurrency.
Crypto is money without governments, and it is money without banks.
You're not going to meet another product like this as long as you live. Yes, every scammer in the world is going to tell you something similar.
Good morning, everyone. Are you ready to look for some fraud this morning?
They are promising 40% annual return.
Everything I have worked for is staked in Hex.
Good.
I put it all in.
All what?
All of our house money. No, I don't think that it's a scam. Because I trust Richard Hart.
If ultimately this is all a big performance art project, people are gonna get fucked.
So that
You're
means
lucky it works at
I
all.
should trust you.
Listen, I think you should trust me, but if you get into the habit of trusting people like me, you'll get the crap scammed out of you.